We're in the fourth parak on the 21st Mishnah with Rabbi Yaakov. Rabbi Yaakov says, Ha'olam hazeh doma lifrozdor bifnei ha'olam haba. This world is like a corridor, an antechamber, an entry room to Olam Haba. Chas kein atzmecha b'prozdor kedei shitikanes l'tarakli. That you should prepare yourself in this room, in this antechamber, so that you're ready for the banquet. So Rav Moshe Chaim Luzzatto says, here's how the world was created. The first thing you have to understand is that God created the world in order to give you good. God wants to give you pleasure. That's why you exist. Nothing else. He just wants to bestow and pour good upon you. So the question is, what's the best way to pour good on a person? So the Ramchal says, any good that you are merely accidentally associated with is inferior. That in order for a good to be a true good, a true benefit, a true boon, you have to feel that you've earned it. You have to know that you've earned it. That if you're a school teacher and you give every single kid in the class a gold star, gold stars don't really mean much of anything, right? Because everybody got one, right? When your grandmother praises you and says you are the absolute best attorney she's ever met, you're the absolute best artist, right? You come home, you paint a picture, and your grandmother says, "Wow, that's the most fabulous Angry Bird picture I've ever seen in my life," right? It doesn't really mean a lot for you, right? If people praise you for stuff that you didn't do, it actually feels kind of cheap and deprecating, right? It's like, that's not, I didn't earn that, that's not me, right? But if there's somebody that you really respect, right, who understands what you're doing, and he looks at you and he says, you know what, you did good. That feels good, right? You ever play ball? Did you play ball growing up? Right? You know, you make a great play. You know, the line drive to the shortstop, and you make a great diving catch. Throw the guy out at first, you get a great hit, whatever. And the guys on your team look at you and you said, dude, that was good. Right? That means something, because I earned that. That's mine. And I was telling you, we skipped class last Thursday because we took our kids to the county fair. So my wife had entered her sourdough in the county fair. And she won a blue ribbon. Right? That feels good, because it's hers. You know, she did that. She earned that. She worked at that. It says, the Ramchal says, in order for a good to be truly good, you really have to feel that you've earned it. So God wants to bestow good upon you. So now first he says, what's the best good? Chocolate, candy, pretty girls, fast cars, right? So he decides in the end, the most important good, the greatest good is a relationship with your Creator. It is a soul-to-soul connection to God. So he says, you want to have that, I want you to earn it. Right? That's what we talked about before, right? Schar. Right? You're allowed to do mitzvot and demand schar. Right? There's a mission that says you're not allowed to demand pras. Right? Don't be like a servant who serves his master on the sake of receiving a prize, but you're allowed to serve your master for the sake of schar. And we said the schar, the payment, the just payment is connection. You're allowed to look at God and say, listen, I will do mitzvot on the condition that you love me. I will do mitzvot on the condition that you draw me close. So the Ramchal says, ultimately, the ultimate good is that your soul becomes close to God. He says, how are you going to earn it? So God defines a world in which there are actions that tend to bring your soul close to your Creator. And there are actions that tend to drive you away from your Creator. There are actions that make God's presence in your world real, and there are actions which obscure God's presence in your world. Right? Things that draw you close and things that push you away. And he said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop you into a playground. That playground is going to be a place where you can choose actions. Right? And those actions will either bring you close to me or push you away from me. And it's your call. And you choose, you act as you want. Right? Now, in order to make that real, though, it has to be that there's a price to doing good. And there has to be a benefit to doing evil. Right? If, let's say, every time you did good, God gave you chocolate, and every time you did bad, God hit you with an electric shock, after a day or two, would any sane person do evil? You'd stop doing evil, because every time you did evil, you get caught and you get zapped. Right? Every time you did good, you got chocolate. It's like, you know what, you'd start doing good, not because you want a relationship with God, you start doing good because you want chocolate. Right? People quickly learn not to misbehave when the teacher's watching, if it's a teacher who's going to whack you on the knuckles with a ruler. Right? If you know that that evil brings negative consequences, then you stop doing evil. It has to be that evil brings good consequences. If I smack you in the head, I get your wallet. That's good. Right? If I give money to a Mashiach, I can't buy any more decent single malt scotch for us to bring to Kiddush Club. That's bad. All right, so you have to decide. Are you,
Very bad.
It is bad. Where are you going to spend your money? If I give my money away, I can't use it to buy chocolate or beer or scotch or whatever. I no longer have that money. There's a cost to it. That's what we saw earlier in missions, is you have to weigh the cost of a mitzvah against its gain. You have to weigh the gain of an avera against its cost. But there is a cost and an avera. There's a cost to doing good. There's a benefit to doing evil. And now you have to weigh them. So the benefit of doing evil is in this physical world. Right? But the cost is a cost of distancing you from your Creator. Right? The cost of doing a mitzvah is short term. It's in this world, but the benefit is in that connection to your Creator. So the Ramchal says, here's how it's going to work. I need to put you in a world where you can do things that will draw you close or push you away. But the gift that he gives us is here's how it's going to work. I'm going to make that short term. You've got a 1,000,000-year existence. I'm going to give you 70 years, right? A very small little slice of 70 years where your job is to earn. You're going to be continually confronted with the opportunity to go forward or backwards, to build or to destroy what you've built. And you're going to get challenged over and over. And some people, I'm going to give you the challenge. Can you be sick without being bitter? Can you be rich without being arrogant? Right? Here's a challenge for you. Can you be tremendously successful without becoming greedy, arrogant, and self-centered? It's a hard challenge, right? Can you become desperately poor and not be jealous and resentful? Right? How do you handle suffering? How do you handle pain? That's why it says before, the shalva of the Rishayim, and it's a world where things don't go smoothly. But it's a world that's short. For 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100, 120, but for some short period you are in the world of earning. And in that world of earning, everything that you have is constantly at risk. It says in a previous Mishnah, and until you get to the end, don't be sure of yourself. You could build everything in this life and throw it away in a day. Right? You never know where you're going to be. Right? Theoretically, it's like, the guy who's going to work and you start getting out in your 50s and you realize you don't have enough money saved up in there are no pensions anymore. Right? I certainly, it's like if you looked at your 401k plan and said, if I had to now divide that up over the next 30 years, is that enough to live on for the rest of my life? And you start getting scared. Right? So it's spiritually, it's the same thing. This is a world of earning. But then at a certain point, there's a break point called retirement or death, right? Where you cross out of the world of earning and into the world of enjoying. And whatever it is that you've built for yourself, you get to enjoy. The connection that you've built between you and your Creator, the purity of that connection, you get to enjoy. And there is a small thing called Gehenna, where Gehenna is if you're mostly good, right? God gives you the opportunity to refine out and grind out small problems out of your soul. Right? You're mostly a good guy. But there's some, rough edges around that are right. And you got a nice table set up at the banquet, but the dishes are out of place and the chair is a little bit wobbly. You get your screwdriver, you can fix the chair, you can fix up, but kind of where you're sitting is based on what you built. And so he says this world is a prose door. This world is a corridor. It's a pathway from birth to death, where it's a very short period of time where you have the opportunity to decide who you are and what kind of connection do you want with your Creator. And do you choose short-term good or long-term good? Do you choose actions that make Him closer to you or actions that make Him more distant from you? What do you want to build? In the end, those doors can open at any time, and you step in. And the reason they call it a prose door, an anteroom, rather than saying, you're on a long journey too, is you're on a long journey too. You can pretty much, say, hey, Dad, how much longer do we have? And you're pretty sure you got another hour. You can goof off and be annoying for another hour. You'll get around to, clean it up an hour from now. Right? This is you are sitting in the room, right? You're in the green room, and the light's going to switch to red any second. They're going to open the door and push you out on stage, and you better be ready. Right? Another question is, if you know that the room you're in is temporary, how much of your life do you want to spend decorating it? How much of your life do you want to invest in making the hallway look good? Right? The Havetz Chaim gives the example, I think it is, he says, it's a picture of a guy, he goes to his architect and says, or his builder says, I want you to build me a gorgeous ballroom and a beautiful entry room, right, for people to wait before they go into the ballroom. And the architect comes back and says, listen, you know what, looked at your square footage, looked at your resources, looked at your budget, I can either make you a gorgeous ballroom with a hallway, or I can make you a gorgeous hallway for people to wait, but the ballroom is going to be a little schwach. Which way do you want it done? Right? Where do you want to invest your life? You want to invest your life in making the entryway comfortable, or the next? But that's the general model that Ramchal gives. Right? The world is a world of earn. This is a world of earning, where you have the opportunity to do good or do bad. And everything that you do that's good brings you closer, and everything that you do bad pushes you away. And the next world is the world where you sit at the banquet and enjoy. Which brings you to our next mission.